A couple of seasons for the Sky. Onyenwere taps it over. McMahon will get the offense rolling. Georgia Amore starting and using the captain role in her rookie year with the Mystics after missing all of last season. J.C. Sheldon now on the break. Looking to get that quick entry down low to Cardoso, had the deep positioning right after Shimmy talked about her in the open.
Well, there's a cross match in transition. You saw Onyenwere matched up against Camila, and that's a no-brainer. And when you see that matchup, you have to do everything you can to spread out and then get the ball inside to her. Great job by Chicago.
Now Shakira Austin, who has been phenomenal this season, 17 a game, and a key part of that because she is flourishing with her footwork.
She's done such a good job of improving as a one-on-one player. You can really attribute that to her play with Unrivaled, a 3-on-3 league in the offseason. You can't hide when you're playing 3-on-3, whether it's offensively or defensively, but this is what I'd like to see over and over again tonight. Did a lot when she was a member of Chicago Sky, but she cannot defend Camila Cardoso one-on-one in the paint.
Where's that pressure shim? Cloud out high. And we know Diggins, we have the athletes on this Sky roster to pressure the basketball. Sheldon against Amore, matchup to watch as well. Griffin tried to call glass that time. Now Stevens looking ahead, similar look. They wanted Cardoso, picked off though by McMahon. Saw that at Ohio State and at Ole Miss. Transition opportunity will slow down here for Amore and this Washington group. Now Cloud against McMahon, and kind of a positionless player, and she gets the and one. You said to me before the game, Shim, no Citron in the lineup. A player like a Cody McMahon could say, hey, maybe this is my night.
You got Cody McMahon, you have Lucy Olson who confident with it, high percentage and minimal takes. But where she became an All-American at Ohio State is what you just saw matched up against Tasha Cloud. She's really good in the paint.
I think J.C. Sheldon was given a good scouting report to the squad earlier today on Cody McMahon, the former Buckeyes.
Played with her and then even spent a season as a student assistant coach.
That's right. Natasha Cloud in her time in D.C. Michaela Onyenwere, of course, brought a ton of great energy to the Sky locker room when she was wearing the Chicago uniform. Diggins looking for Cardoso. Beautiful pass, beautiful roll, and a great finish.
No two players on Chicago Sky's roster has connected for more player assists than Skylar Diggins to Camila Cardoso.
That's something that Diggins was happy about and excited about when joining this roster. The steal here, the push in transition. Azurá Stevens rattles down the three to give the Sky the lead.
I know Azurá was so happy to see that go down, Jason. She came into this game 1 of 11, shooting 9%. This is someone who shot 38% last season from behind the arc.
It's really the last year of her first stint in Chicago where those three-point numbers went up considerably, then got even higher in LA and starting to find her rhythm here. Early 2-point lead for the Sky. Now looking to disrupt things down low. Onyenwere kicks it back out. Washington struggled from 3 this season. Iriafin couldn't hit it, but Onyenwere kept up the energy on the glass. Fast, physical start to this one. Banham couldn't quite get that 3 to go. About halfway down and out. Cardoso, a third chance here, got blocked by Austin. A fourth chance, still 10 on the shot clock, goes back up, couldn't hit. Wanted a foul. Now Amore, she really ignites the break when Washington does run. Iriafin down low in her second season now and draws a foul.
More contact against Camila Cardoso.
Looking for experts that know batteries. Batteries flexed in the second quarter, flabbergasted in the first.
There you go.
I need a new acronym from you tonight.
I got you.
You got me?
Stick around.
Stick around, folks. 2-point game. Drop it down low and get a foul before the pass. She'll go to the bench quickly. Aletha Florath will check in.
Here, quickly pick up system, high assist, low turnover player.
Pass Prosper and Dugalichin as well. Stevens taking advantage down low. Pretty move.
And that's why Azurá Stevens was so important in free agency. You just saw the 2 ways she impacts the game offensively, the 3-pointer she hit, and then being able to take a slower defender off the bounce.
Banham a little shaken up there after she got. Skylar knocks down the free throw. The second city knows what it means to finish first. Download Bet365 today and discover what Chicago's always known, that winning is everything. Pick and roll game has looked good early on. I've had some clean looks from three. Taylor opts not to take that one as McMahon was closing in on her. Get Taylor back re-involved. Her first shot of the game rattles down. You said it, Jim. When she gets out there, look out.
Well, she has about a 32% usage rate. And what I mean by that is that's the number or the estimate of team plays used by her when she's on the court that involves in either a field goal attempt, a foul, or a made free throw or made shot.
Shakir Austin just bullying her way in that time. On the note of Sydney Taylor, she said recently, I'm still playing out there like I'm trying to make this team. That mindset hasn't changed in training camp when she did make this team. And now she is thriving after making the roster. There she is to the basket again, right on cue.
I have to laugh because at this point, opponents have to know when she checks in.
Expect a shot.
Exactly.
They're going in. McMahon dishes. Floreth, who checked in quickly for Amor, who went to the bench with the fouls. The spin from Austin, and Cardoso did a good job of staying straight up.
I mean, this is just, she's coming in to produce offense for Chicago. And she's done that really well, especially in the second half of games.
Lit it up in the second half. Lucy Olsen's going to get more minutes today with no Citron. Kicks it to Dugalic. Couldn't hit. Sheldon, a good job of boxing out, but it tapped off her hands into the hands of the former Illinois Miss Basketball, Angela Dugalic.
And that's unfortunate because J.C. Sheldon did, like you mentioned, a phenomenal job of boxing out, and then Sailor Poffenbarger allowed Dugalic to get unattached.
Sheldon, nice fade, pretty shot from J.C., who spent a couple of games for the Mystics last season. Floreth, Austin, Dugalic out there, and that's the shot from Floreth that you said impressive from what she has done in the minimal time in the Mystics uniform so far.
Yeah, I like her. She can get to her shot. You just saw that mid-range jumper. If you go underneath the screen, and she'll shoot behind the screen.
Taylor's got a quick 4 points. Was looking for a three there. Couldn't hit, but got the steal in the backcourt. Give her 6 points now.
Pam, point a minute.
And my acronym for
there
tonight?
You go.
There we go.
There you go.
Point a minute. She's living up to it so far. Oh, I thought I was going to say a block a minute as well, but got a call for the foul. Poffenbarger gets the board. Cloud back out there now with Sheldon, Poffenbarger, Elizabeth Williams, and Sydney Taylor. J.C. Sheldon might get called for an offensive foul there. She does. Some good pressure in the backcourt that time from Floreth.
Oh, this is just a great.
This Washington team on the offensive side of things to express what they're missing. Citron last time out, 21 points, career high 8 assists. They had a season high 26 assists as a team, but now trying to rework that as Betts has checked in. The rookie out of UCLA, who was Gabriela Jaquez, his teammate at UCLA, along with Angela Dugalic.
And you saw Lauren Betts miss that field goal attempt. She looked a little rushed on it, and that's what I've been noticing just watching Washington as they come into the league.
And they have 8 of them on this roster. Betts secures the loose ball. Floreth still getting most of the minutes at point for Washington with Amor on the bench. More minutes for Lucy Olsen today, who we saw at Iowa and Villanova. Prosper, who you recruited back in the day, nails down the three to make it a 1-point game.
I did. Just another in a long line of players that I recruited but did not get.
If I was a player and you recruited me, you'd get me every time, Jim. Taylor, what a pass. Good pass from Taylor, and Elizabeth Williams able to finish that off. Early candidate for our assist of the game there.
That's just such a great job of reading the defense and making that nice dump pass to Elizabeth Williams.
We know she has the green light to shoot, but being able to read situations and make the pass as well, really good as Floreth snakes through traffic and finishes down low.
Yeah, I really like this rookie.
Yeah.
I just, the more I watch her, the more I like her. You can really see her professional experience in Europe come to fruition. She's savvy, very crafty, smart with the ball.
See where the Sky go offensively here with 7 to shoot. Now Sheldon looking for options. Floreth again all over Cardoso against Betts. Both down there at 6'7". Off the mark there. Betts one of the few players in the league who can put her arms up and really deter Camila height-wise. Long 2 that time from Floreth.
But even on that last field goal attempt by Camila, she tried to almost finish it at the other side of no dribble and just shoot a jump hook right over the front of the rim.
Elizabeth Williams didn't score last game, but looking more aggressive tonight.
And almost kind of a similar move to what you just saw Elizabeth Williams make. The nice little jump hook right over the front of the rim.
The Illinois Lottery is a proud partner of the Chicago Sky. Play your favorite lottery games online or on the Illinois Lottery app now for a chance to win. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 or older to play. Game odds available at IllinoisLottery.com. Taylor nearly the steal there. Tapped it, so Onyenwere will look up at the shot clock. It's at 6. And then another tap deflection. It goes back out, shot clock at 3. Down to Betts. Somehow they zipped it in deep for her. And she gives Washington the lead with under a minute to go in the quarter.
It's great composure by Washington.
Never freaked out there. Oh, great pass from Cardoso. Elizabeth Williams bobbled it a little bit. And now Cloud surveying the scene with 7 to shoot. Taylor's been that option with 5 to shoot. Taylor continues to be that option.
So Sydney Taylor, you don't have to run offense for her. And what I mean by that is you don't have to play and run her off screens. Like, just put the ball in her hands and she can create for herself. And that's what Chicago, Kia Jackson went out. And then when Gabriela Jaquez went out, those are 2 players that can create for themselves. And now Sydney Taylor is really starting to emerge in that.
Drew the foul there on Onyenwere. So with 2 seconds left, Prosper finishes. And then
restriction. So if you're wondering, like, why did she spend so much time on the bench in that first quarter? That's why. She's still on a minutes restriction, but she looks really good tonight.
It's a great point, Jim. Knocked down a 3 in the first quarter. It was her 2nd of the season, first since the Toronto game. Diggins looking for, maybe thought about her second 3 opportunity there. Instead drives, couldn't finish. Austin the rebound. Austin, Amor back on the floor. Onyenwere, McMahon, it's Austin driving. And Eriefin out there for the Mystics. Here's Cloud pushing, why not? Before the shot went up, there was a whistle. It's gonna give it back to the Mystics. Any adjustments you want to see in this quarter?
Taking care of the ball. Chicago had 5 turnovers in that first quarter. It led to 8 points off turnovers for Washington. And Chicago is a team, they're really good at taking care of the ball. As you see Washington turn the ball over right there, this is a team that can be about 11 turnovers a game. So I'd like to see Washington be more intentional about taking care of the ball this quarter.
Yeah, Sky have kept that number low on the season with the exception of the last game against Minnesota. Things got uncharacteristic there. Lynx had 13 steals. Here's an open look for Skylar Diggins to knock down the 3.
You know, a lot has been made of Chicago's really low 3-point shooting percentage so far this season. And Jason, I went back and I just watched a lot of their attempts. They're actually really good attempts. The shots just aren't falling.
That's what Rachel Banham was saying after the last game against Minnesota, as Austin is going to go to the free throw line here. Another look at that possession.
Chicago's 3 wins Skylar Diggins, her three-point percentage is about 42%. And then in Chicago's 4 losses, she's shooting about 16%. So what I'm saying is that's a really nice.
It was the second three the Sky have hit tonight. 8 assists so far in the made buckets for Chicago. 27-27. Austin rips it away. Then she nearly lost it. Her fellow forward Iriafin going to re-corral it. Onyenwere was looking back to Iriafin. It's going to go back to the Sky.
But right now, from both teams, we're really seeing what we thought we were going to see. They're being really intentional about trying to get into the paint. Washington with 16 points in the paint, and Chicago matching that.
Another giveaway out high away from the basket, and I want those back. Cardoso does a good job to get back. Austin tried to sneak it through, and the team's exchanging turnovers. 27-27. Cloud playing against her former team of 8 seasons. Diggins, mid-range J, thought she was hit. Might have been the way she had to adjust on that jumper, and then got called for a foul and says, yep, that was on me. Maybe a bit of a frustration foul there. I'm going to look back at the sequence from where
I think Skylar relishes the role of a villain.
Fiery.
Kind of like Kobe, right?
Yes. And a fiery competitive start to this one. Now she's battling down low against Onyenwere, denying that deep position. Sheldon doing a nice job on Amor. 8 to shoot. Sneaks the feed down low. Onyenwere fading and getting that bucket to drop.
And so they're really trying to convert Michaela Onyenwere into a true 3-and-D player, but she is a stronger guard, and so she's always going to take advantage of any opportunities that she has to post up a smaller guard.
Amor remains up amongst the top of rookies in assists this year. Then the steal from Iriafin. McMahon to the corner. Onyenwere again, this time from Durian. She knocks it down, feeling it early on. She's kind of the vet of this group at just 26 years old. She is their veteran.
Which is wild.
Right.
But she's really evolved as a 3-and-D player. This is the highest three-point rate of her career. About 67% of her field goal attempts are behind the arc.
Blocking call there.
In the 5 games that she's played in this season.
Call that on the floor, that's right. Going back to her college days was an issue at times. Sheldon turned in the corner, got caught up, put it up anyway, and knocked it down anyway.
I don't know how she got that off between those 2 defenders.
Mystics with 3 rookies on the floor right now. Second-year player as well. They're winding down the shot clock here. The most seasoned player on the floor for them is Austin. She has the ball right now, takes a step back 3 and knocks it down. Gets most of her buckets in the paint, but stepping out that time, extending Washington's lead to 6, matching the game high for them. Sky looking to answer on this end. Williams against Dugalich, veteran against rookie. Now Cardoso. Approaching 5.5 to go, second quarter. McMahon, that's what she does in transition. She's been doing that since she was a freshman at Ohio State. Game high 8-point lead for down low there. Dugalich grew up in Illinois, Maine West High School. Illinois missed basketball in 2020. Her parents are from Serbia. Went off a great year with UCLA, winning the championship with Lauren Betts and Gabriela Jaquez. And now down low, the block from Cardoso, but a second chance, and make it a chance at the line as well for Prosper.
But you see the joy to do it. It's a slow rebuild, and they're willing to take their lumps over the next couple seasons as they continue to develop these young players.
Without arguably their best player tonight in Sonia Citron.
I'll take it a step further. I say she's definitely their best player.
An all-star last year, 17 points per game, picking up where she left off. Great pass from Cloud, and Cardoso able to finish. Florith over to Betts, who's matched up with Cardoso. McMahon's been playing well in the second quarter, got to the rim again. She has spurts in games going back to college where she seemingly gets to the rim at will. And it's tough not to foul her. Can I put out an Alyssa Thomas comparison in the sense that how you get downhill and you seemingly can't avoid fouling her? And speaking of Alyssa Thomas, Phoenix struggling right now at 2-8. Minnesota beat them pretty handily the other night. It's a Minnesota team that the Sky were able to limit pretty well defensively. The score was kind of deceptive last Friday as Elizabeth Williams knocks down that jumper. You lose by 20, but you saw what Minnesota did that following night against Phoenix. And Courtney Williams going for 30, Olivia Miles going for 19 and 9. The Sky had some positives to build off of defensively from that game, even though the shots weren't falling offensively. In the corner, a three goes up. There's Floreth that time.
Yeah, Chicago held Minnesota to below 40% from the field, below 30% from behind the arc, and less than 80 points, one of the most high-powered offenses in the league. So a lot to build on. It's not as dire as it seems, Jason. You mentioned Phoenix struggles. There's a lot of teams that are struggling right now.
Still early, though, as we talked about.
Right.
Rachel back. And now Elizabeth Williams wins the tap to her fellow big, and Cardoso a tip assist. A t-assist.
Tip assist.
Assist. Assist.
But it is nice to see Rachel Bano back. She's a calming, a steadying force on this team.
Good defense there, straight up again from Cardoso. Rachel back in her old shoes, too. And Taylor drives all the way to the rim. She's back at the free throw line. The Sky were down 10. Within 4 now, 2:35 to go in the half. Feed Cardoso, got the height on Austin, flips it over her and gets the roll.
And she almost passed that out. It was at the last minute or last second she made a decision to score it. I want to see more of that type of aggressiveness, and she's such a talented player.
Game of runs here. Sky a chance to tie or take the lead. It's a 7-0 spurt for Chicago. Rocking the Rebel jerseys tonight on the road. Elizabeth Williams, mid-range jumper. Good look, couldn't hit it. Banham again back in after getting stitches. Leaving the first quarter. They've cooled down Onenwede a little bit, but an offensive board and a foul called, and Eriefin's going to go to the free throw line.
And I thought that was the right call. It was the way Camila came down.
Cloud still looking to get going offensively in this one. Little hesitation there with 5 to shoot.
She had Rachel in the corner with that one more pass.
Amor, her three came up short. Well, tapped though to Eriefin. These Washington bigs just seemingly are always in the right place at the right time. Eriefin 4th overall last season in her second year, all-star as a rookie. Coming off 13 points, 9 boards against LA.
This is a young Washington Mystics team, but this is a very aggressive Mystics team. I mean, they go hard in the paint. They average about 26 free throw attempts a game. They draw fouls.
Cloud gets the rim, couldn't finish again, and now here it is, that aggression for the Mystics offensively. Onenwede, athletic balance to keep it in. Austin, a deep entry down low, big to big. Like you said, they checked them in, and it's been a different game since those two checked back in.
Between the two of them, they're averaging about 21 paint points.
Open looks for Taylor. Couldn't hit. Second chance, though. Now, Azurá Stevens will back out. Her second three does not go down. Some good looks on that possession for the...
Probably had too long of a look at it, and Azurá probably took it a little bit quicker than she would have liked.
Mystics can practically play for the last shot here. Maybe a half-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Up 6. Got a foul called before that entry pass. It's the second. Mystics in the bonus here, so Iriefin looking to close out the half at the free throw line. Progressive halftime report coming up soon. .1 seconds left after the second free throw goes down. Maybe enough for a half-court heave. Pick and roll game looks good early, getting Cardoso involved. Once the position here against Iriefin. And they got a call against Iriefin on the post up.
So it's very obvious right now what the refs talked about at halftime, because officials make adjustments at halftime as well. And they're talking about tightening this game up, of calling it closer. And so that right there, that probably would not have gotten called in the first half. That little push in the back by Iriefin on the catch.
Great catch there from Cardoso, but couldn't put the finishing touch on. Now, Amor going to push it out ahead. And Iriefin just going to get lost in transition that time. And right after we were talking about how good the transition defense has been, Iriefin just kept running. Stevens looks comfortable in the first half. Diggins working around the screen with her. Sheldon catch and shoot three, rained it down. Third triple of the game for the Sky. Player, 17 points per game, has been phenomenal in year 2 after an outstanding, to say the least, year 1. McMahon, one of their 8 rookies, going up strong, got her own board. Third chance is an and one chance for Oninwede. Kind of mirroring how she... Coming off a game in which she kind of struggled offensively against the Sparks, but prior to that put up a double-double against Seattle. Mystics lead is back up to 9. It was as high as 10 in the first half. Sky looking to counter here and find the groove on offense. Sheldon knocked down the 3. And now Stevens down low. Might have gotten blocked there by Austin. She was.
Well, I think Michaela Oninwede is just playing with just a great deal of confidence right now. Great feel. I mean, remember, she was slowed earlier this season due to injury, so this is only the 4th game that she's played.
There were moments where she played really well in that role, and tonight Washington's in that case of injuries and needing people to step up. This is going to go back to the Sky off the tip from Amor. Sky coming off a loss to the Lynx, that close battle with the tempo prior to that. In another battle tonight here in DC. Turnovers continue to be an issue.
In spite of the challenges that Chicago's faced this season, Jason, I've never really seen Chicago rattle the way that I am tonight. And I'm not even ready to concede to the pressure of Washington's defense. I think a lot of these turnovers by Chicago are unforced.
And still a lot of time to clean it up. Plenty of third quarter still left. Stevens has the Austin assignment. Is it her footwork that...
The player here in year 5, her spin moves, her dribble drops, just her up and unders, her shot fakes. She's doing everything that she can to get the defender to react, and then she draws contact.
Doubles. 5th year of her career, and it's been the best by far. Career highs in points, rebounds, assists, field goal percentage. Here's that pace we saw the Sky play with earlier in the game. Cloud directing traffic. Diggins pull up from mid-range is clean.
It's a really good offensive possession by Chicago. Simple, but effective.
Sky have been in the upper echelon of the league in terms of good looks generated as Austin climbs to the rim again. Stevens finds a cutting Diggins that time. Couldn't put the finishing touch on. But good, better off-ball movement from the Sky on that possession. Diggins recovers. McMahon splits the D. Couldn't finish. Good pump fake from Diggins. Tried to go cross-court. Long arms of Austin vacuumed that in. Mystics are shooting 54% as a team. Sky are at 48%. 6 to shoot. They want Onyenwere down low again, and one again.
Chicago Sky guards. The three-point shooter tag, that has really come later in Michaela's career. The first few years of her career, she truly was a paint scoring guard. She's kind of going back to her roots.
Those early days with New York and Phoenix. Now Austin in transition. Another foul call. Banham's going to check in. Kills 4 straight stops to kill. It'd be a good time to string together a kill right now. If you can get some stops in this third quarter and go on a run. Get the foul called on Amor.
Or is a player, a rookie, who has struggled keeping guards in front of her.
Another foul, this time on Washington.
And you can do that against this Washington Mystics team, because as aggressive as they are offensively, Jason, they also foul opponents a lot. Their opponents are shooting about 26 free throw attempts a game.
Sky are 4 of 7 at the free throw line tonight. Stevens down low, working through contact. Thought she should have had an and one there, some good energy, and then she said something to the official that is going to get a technical call. Like you said, this is a crew that doesn't take being shown up lightly. Austin bumped off of Banham, then goes to work, blocked by Cardoso that time. A transition game is on. Extra pass, Sheldon, same spot she hit the one before. That one around and out. McMahon zips past her former fellow Buckeye, then got to the rim, couldn't finish. Loose ball corralled by Azare. A lot of length on the floor. Banham, step back for 3, got it. Went back to her old shoes and back to her old shooting ways.
It's nice to know those stitches that Rachel Banham has in her face right now.
Now Austin pushing with Prosper. And they're going to get a foul on Taylor. Contact with Dugalich there.
That's unfortunate to go back to the possession before. Chicago does a great job with their out-of-bounds defense, creating that turnover. And then
J.C. Sheldon's going to come back in for the Sky. By the way, at one point that Pam acronym you had, it was right on cue. 9 points in the first 9 minutes for Taylor tonight. So keep up the Pam action for her.
And now you see Chicago running her and Rachel off of a set of staggers.
Taylor got a good look that time. Just off the mark. Cardoso trying to track it down.
That was really good offense. So that was a design set. You had both of your shooters running off of double stagger screens. So now if the defense gravitates towards Taylor, you have Rachel following behind her, and you saw Washington's defense was in scramble mode that entire possession.
Banham got hit by the Austin screen, but the block from Cardoso. Second time in this quarter she's rejected Austin. Down low, Cardoso racking up those block numbers. Olsen couldn't finish, shovels it over, and Floreth, who's back in the game, will finish. Taylor on Prosper this time. Mentioned the double screen last time. Here's a screen from Williams. Opened up Sheldon for the mid-range jumper.
I like that matchup. If Prosper continues to guard Taylor, I would like to see Chicago take advantage of that, put her in an ISO situation. I don't think Prosper can stay in front of Sydney Taylor. I'm going with JC on this.
See her smiling down at the bottom of that pile too. All the gritty stats. And then she wins the jump, but you see who that technically touched off.
Her fourth team in the 5 years that she's been in the league, but I think Tyler Marsh is the type of coach who really values what she brings, and I think Coach Trammell is the type of defensive coach who can really find ways to just capitalize on all that grit and toughness on the defensive end.
Here she is battling against Austin down low and stuck with her without fouling.
As if on cue. She guarded Shakira Austin as well as any of our post players did tonight.
Banham's three. Oh, almost called glass, and a very deep one. Elizabeth Williams, the rebounds, then lost it. It's going to stay on this end, though.
And I'm perplexed that none was called. It looked like Shakira Austin really got her good.
Taylor got a quick first step and drew a foul. He's able to blow past Floreth. She'll go to the free throw line.
I think Washington is going to challenge this call.
.13 game. Sky doing a good job of keeping everything on the perimeter here, but now they get the entry to Betts. Prosper likes the corner threes.
So it's obvious Washington was trying to go 4-around-1, really isolate Lauren Betts versus Elizabeth Williams. I thought Saylor Poffenberger did a good job of digging down and helping Williams.
How about E-Will with the answer? Give them a taste of their own medicine down low.
A little bit on the defensive end, and then let that carry over to some offensive momentum.
Olsen cashes in from deep. And her minutes up with no Citron in the lineup. And when she has had expanded opportunities with this Washington team that maybe not many people expected her to make last year, she has really thrived. And Banham got past her, though, that time and finishes.
74% of Rachel Banham's field goal attempts are threes. So that means about 26% is that, getting to the rim, getting into the paint.
Floreth was calling for it, got open. Good board from Poffenbarger when she's in the game. Definitely need her on the glass.
Chicago showing a little zone now defensively, a little 2-3 zone.
What does that say to you adjustment-wise?
That they're struggling keeping Washington out of the paint.
That was our story going in. Keep those bigs out of the paint. Shot clock started winding down there. The Sky couldn't get inside. Now, speaking of getting into the paint, the bigs, Iriafin took the opportunity, and you can... In low, good block down low from Elizabeth Williams, 6 to shoot. Iriafin goes right back up.
How many times have we seen Washington get blocked at the rim or miss a shot at the rim, but still able to come up with their offensive rebound and score?
Stylistically, it's felt like a Washington hat. Floreth slicing and dishing, and Iriafin shooting and hitting. Largest lead for Washington, vaults up to 18 now. Taylor trying to answer, and does. Needed it.
Right now, Washington is getting their confidence on the offensive end, and confidence is contagious. It's contagious energy in a good way. Chicago needs to get their confidence with some defensive stops.
Starts right here. Florith fouled. Built for every drive.
Well, you're right. She's a smaller guard, listed at 5'9", which really means she's probably closer to 5'8". But she can get to her spot. She likes that mid-range jumper.
That was a tough catch to make, rolling to the rim. Half-court heave. Together some defensive stops right now, right here on this end of the floor. Part of a 4-game night in the W. Atlanta and Connecticut also going head-to-head. Portland, Golden State, Las Vegas, and LA down low. Good play defensively there. And now Azurá Stevens out there with Cloud, Cardoso, Diggins, and Taylor on the floor. Tried to beat it. Prosper with the long arms, able to get the deflection.
The angle just wasn't there for that pass.
Betts got blocked. Stevens with the rejection. Goes back up, tapped out, loose ball. Onyenwere, who's been phenomenal today for the Mystics. 13 points in 17 minutes. Feeds her rookie, and Betts who finishes that time.
You give Lauren Betts enough opportunities at the rim, she's going to eventually convert. That's actually where she is her most comfortable this season. She's shooting about 59% on post-ups.
Taylor fading, came up well short that time. But then nearly got it back. It's her second backcourt steal of the game, but then gave it back. Prosper, maybe surprised she didn't step into the three, pulls her mid-range instead. Stop and pop for Diggins. This guy looking to get some quick buckets, and it'll stay on this end.
It's great extra effort by Skylar Diggins. I mean, she is a professional. She's an all-star. She's a winner at every level.
Natasha Cloud couldn't get that to drop. Cloud, I mentioned, won the championship here in Washington, where she spent the first 8 seasons of her career. Gets emotional when she talks about her time with the Mystics, how much this organization and city means to her. They're really the only team to look at her out of college, she'll tell you, and had some good years here in DC to begin her career. Gonna get a jump. Looks like Cardoso and Area fit. Right away, Diggins pushing the pace off the tip. Got fouled. Now she'll have free throws coming up.
Rookie off balance and drawing that foul.
Austin.
And a draft pick coming out of Ole Miss. She's strong. She knows where her strengths are. It's in her strength, and she utilizes that.
Coach Yo kind of helped her unlock the perimeter game too at Ole Miss.
Yeah, she took more three-point shots her last year at Ole Miss than she had any other season in college, and I think that's given her some confidence coming into the W. I still think these turnovers are self-induced, right?
It's Dugalich now with the pretty footwork.
Like that near turnover.
Yep. Stevens got fouled. 6 might be on the floor. The expansion franchises over the last 2 years to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Off to a fantastic start. And we saw how tough Toronto is. We're going to see them again on Sunday. Dugalich adamant that she didn't touch that, but
to go back to the big picture, Jason, I still am one of those people, maybe that's just the former coach in me, it's too early to get too high or too low. So you're right. Like right now, the expansion teams are playing really well, but we're not even 10 games into the season.
Yeah, I mean, look at the ups and downs Vegas went through last year.
I mean, if we think that Phoenix is going to finish at the bottom of this league,
they're not a 2-8 team.
We're fooling ourselves. You know, New York will figure it out, and you know, so I think there's going to be shifts. It's a long season. The goal isn't to be, you know, the top half of the league in May or June. It's to be in playoff position in August and September. And
to put that on the Sky team, of course, you're going to get players back. Dejanay Carrington, Courtney Vandersloot, Gabriela Jaquez. So hopefully the Sky can continue to put themselves in that position when those players come back. As Austin gets in the lane. I've seen Cloud multiple times get matched up against players.
And they have an all-star and future Hall of Famer that they haven't even laced up yet.
Absolutely.
And then remember, Azurá Stevens is still on minutes restriction. So a lot to look forward to, but it's too early for anyone in this league to get too high or too low. We're not even 10 games into the season.
Quickly get it to Prosper down low. These boards have seemingly tapped right back into the hands of Washington players tonight. Shovel around, somehow Dugalich found that. Out to Austin, she has knocked down 1 3 today, but her forte is in the paint. Got fouled. Rebounding 38-25 tonight. In Fay, Payne, Decatur, Springfield, Rockford, Madison, Fort Wayne, and the Quad Cities. These stations are your home this summer for Sky basketball. I know this is a Commissioner's Cup game, which is the annual in-season competition. Tournament featuring a 49-game schedule amongst all the teams. Goes from June 1st to June 17th. So the team from each conference with the top record in Commissioner's Cup play will compete in the Commissioner's Cup championship game. That title game taking place on June 30th. So this goes through essentially June 1st to June 17th, determining that Commissioner's Cup championship game. 20-point game right now.
Can't wait for the day when she shoots that, when she knock that down. And I've seen her in practice. You've seen her in practice. She's got range. She can shoot that.
The confidence, the next step.
Yes.
That shot.
Yes.
Prosper turned the corner. And Austin got it back, really picking up where she left off in that 25-10 game last time out.
That's the 15th offensive rebound for Washington in this game. 18 second chance points.
And one there for Elizabeth Williams to counter right back. First of 3 matchups. Now Dugalich in the lane.
And yes, the fans in Washington are chanting Rory.
Rory, they won her in the game. Rory Harmon, rookie out of Texas. Onyenwede battling down low. Diggins trying to rake it free. Loose ball. Sheldon hustling over. And it'll go to the Sky.
Skylar Diggins read that perfectly. Michaela Onyenwede, too many dribbles trying to back down Skylar Diggins. You're not going to get away with that from number 4.
Sky will have Connecticut on Friday. A Connecticut team that's giving Atlanta a pretty good game tonight. Down low, Elizabeth Williams couldn't knock it down.
But I like that high-low action, Jason.
Sheldon, good fade in the paint. Got a nice touch roll. I mentioned JC Sheldon came into this game with just 2 turnovers in the last 79 minutes of action. She really controls her controllables defensively. She's been fun to watch tonight. Amor corner three. Amor hasn't hit a ton of threes this season, but something she can do in her game. Also, can knock down the mid-range, just under 5 assists per game. Diggins gonna have free throws coming up here. 2:49 to go. We'll go to break.
And I cannot wait until she's able to step outside the arc
There you go.
and start knocking down threes. It's coming. It's coming. It has to, right? That's how all bigs evolve, right?
Absolutely. Natural evolution. Elizabeth Williams against her former teammate, Oninwede. Got to credit the way Washington's played defense tonight as well. And now I think the fans are going to get their wish. Rory checking in after peer pressuring Sydney Johnson into it. A lot of peer pressure here in DC.
But you notice he waited like another 3 minutes, right?
It's like I'm making the statement. I'm still leading this charge here as Diggins knocks down the 14-point game.
Right. Now making this a 14-point game, I hope Coach Johnson doesn't change his mind and pull her back to the bench.
Right. Betts knocks down the 17-footer.
And she can knock that down. She showed a little bit of that range, of that face-up range, her senior year at UCLA.
They're not all together tonight because of injuries, but shout out Christy.
And right away, Chicago picks on Rory Harmon. They go right at her with the ball screen to free up JC Sheldon.
JC was definitely a plus and a positive tonight for the Sky.
Well, she's just so consistent, Jason. Yeah. Her shots might not fall, but you know what you're going to get with her. You're going to get that effort. You're going to get that grit that we talked about earlier in the broadcast.
Atlanta second in the league at what will get to 6-2.
And the Sun is one of those teams that I was talking about earlier. They're not as bad as their record would lead you to believe. They actually just got Lacan back from her French obligations, and they're going to be a much stronger team with her back in the rotation. It's early, everyone, and this is what I'm trying to say. It's early.
I'll be back at Wintrust. See all the great Sky fans there.
See that Rory Harmon errant pass? That's why she probably doesn't play as much. She's got about a 50% turnover rate. So she has some adjustment to the league. And then once she figures that out and learns how to play as a smaller point guard, I think DC fans will see her a lot more.
So getting an assist there to Betts. Rookie to rookie. The Sky again will try to bounce back on Friday. June 5th at Wintrust. You got Toronto on Sunday and